Hello, honorable lovelies. I hope that all of you are doing well and thank you for coming to my channel and seeing this video. I'm really excited. I thought today that we would talk about interior design and corners. Why specifically corners? I think that corners are a very ignored thing and people often think of just doing something very simple. Let's put a coat rack, a lamp we don't like in the corner. But I think that they can be the place where you decide to have a little fun with your home aesthetic, store aesthetic, or event, whatever it is that you're doing. And we're going to talk about how you can upscale that. Giant flowers, how giant flowers can be used to upscale and be a playful place for your aesthetic and your design. So the first thing we're going to talk about is cost. So the reason why I think the giant flowers might be a good replacement for like adding a fireplace or marbling or something like that is because it's a decision you can make, especially within your means. On top of that, they're more easy to access than to wait for an entire renovation period. It's so easy to install. I'll give you an example right here. We have this abstract flower and it's like on the wall. It's so quick, it's so easy. Of course, I probably wouldn't do it like this. I'll insert a picture of how you can style an abstract flower in your home right over here. Right? You're gonna save a lot of money, especially if you're looking for a fix that suits your aesthetic without really digging deep into your pocket and leaving you going, oh my god, that was a bad decision. So you're gonna enjoy styling within your means. And the second thing is your aesthetic. So for example, you're not really an abstract girly, you're more colorful like me. Today I'm in red and you want a red flower like this one. I will insert a better picture of the flower over here. You can go there. You can go there. Blue. Are you pink? Are you ombre? Are you somebody who wants brown flowers? You can literally choose whatever color and even texture that you like, because there are flowers that are made from organza, made from textiles and beautiful prints sticking to your culture. I hope actually to be able to make those kind of giant flowers made from materials that are familiar to my background and where I come from, just so that I can be more expressive. It's just coming from taking the idea of a flower, very elaborate petal and a beautiful center, which is the idea of a flower, and then upscaling it to suit whatever it is that you want people to know about you, about your taste, about the places you visited. And it's such a beautiful conversation starter. If the rest of your house you've been fighting with your partner about the couch, you already fought about the lighting, you already fought about the lamp, but you have a corner that your partner says, you know what, you can have that. It's all yours. You're not gonna put an old ugly lamp. You're gonna pick out a textile design that just suits your aesthetic and how you want people to perceive you, and always have something wonderful to talk about in your house. Durability. So I know a lot of people kind of get concerned. Now, I'm gonna give a little disclaimer that giant flowers are not your permanent solution. They can last for about 3-5 years if you take really good care of them. However, they are an aesthetic asset that you will have and that you can easily get and change over time. If you want to put it on the wall, you can put it on the wall. You want to put it on the ground, you want to put it on the ceiling. It's all up to you. You want to turn it to a lamp because all you have to do is, I'll insert a picture of a giant flower lamp. You can do so much with it in a short space of time and for a reasonable amount of time while you're getting your marble, your shelf, your super amazing coat rack, whatever it is you're interested in doing. And then finally, I'm going to be giving you examples, some pictures, and we're going to discuss together. You can speak in the comments about how you feel about these design choices, and we can rate them out of 10. The first one, this one, and it's in a hospital. I think, a hospital or a clinic, which is actually really, really cool because for a place that can be a bit dreadful to go to, this is a good way to make people still be like, hey, we respect it and we care that it looks beautiful. So, as you can see, you have giant flowers here that are made from organza, and some of this kind of looks like a kind of chiffon. I could be wrong. And there's some beautiful flowers on the bottom and some greenery, very, very pretty. But it's in a corner, there's some beautiful lighting, and it just shows and expresses the aesthetic of the designer or the owner of the hospital. I don't know, the stakeholders, I'm not quite sure. However, whatever the case is, it's really pretty and it's not dreadful, it's not heavy, it's light, and it gives people the impression that, oh, it's a calm environment, we're gonna be okay, right? So I'm gonna rate this one a 9 out of 10 because the choice to even do this in such a place is so amazing. It's tasteful and it's futuristic, right? The next one we have is, I think this is AI, but I still think it's a really, really good idea, is to just have one massive flower against the wall. It's really, really pretty. This one is not particularly large. It's one of my smaller abstract flowers, but probably soon, if I get the chance to make one that's at least like spanning about 2 meters or so, I think this is a perfect way to do it. You don't have to do much. That's the thing about having a giant flower, is that you don't have to do much around the rest of your perimeter and property. It's just gonna take so much space, but do enough to express your aesthetic. It's gonna do enough to add value, which is exactly what we're trying to do in the corner or the wall, is to just add value, but in a tasteful and affordable way. And the next picture, you have this beautiful mirror. By the way, mirrors in corners, very, very good idea. I know that's not a new thing, but having flowers and something pretty to look at while you're looking at yourself is very innovative. And giant flowers on the wall, I think that that is so iconic. They're movable, they're not permanent. You're not going to keep them forever. However, while they're here, they're going to serve the purpose of attracting people. That's what flowers do. Flowers make people want to go to them and look at them and go, oh my God, they're so pretty. And that's what you want to do in your space, is attract people to a corner where they can meet and sit. As you can see, there's like a little bench, take pictures and create memories. And I think this is one of my favorite ones. I'm gonna give this one a 9 out of 10 as well. And this one is also kind of similar, but the person also took the time to make them standing. Standing flowers are really, really popular these days for weddings and events. I also had some standing flowers sometime in September and October of last year. We got many, we got many good reviews and people who were just quite interested, brides who also wanted them for their wedding. It was very, very awesome, and people like them because it kind of gives a feel of something more fantasy. You add something a bit more whimsical than just tables and chairs. We want people to feel that they were in a different place and they felt our experience. At least that's what I think. I'm gonna give the standing flower and the green couch a good 8 out of 10, just because I don't really like the paper foliage. I think they could have stuck to normal greenery for the rest, like in the first photo we had. But this is really, really pretty in a store, I think. Imagine shopping in Zara and you can sit in such a place. You already want to take pictures and relax there. Here's an idea. When you are having giant flowers in a corner, you can play around with the flowers, or you can keep them very, very plain, like the ones up here where it's like just white and pink, but play around with a piece of furniture that you're gonna put in the corner. For example, a couch that is checkered or has some kind of paisley design, or like we said, the material that best expresses your culture and your aesthetic. I think this is exactly the way to do it in a tasteful and mature way, is to make sure that you have a piece of furniture that actually means something to you, so that it doesn't come off as a very impromptu decision, because if it's not tastefully done, it could. We will discuss where to find giant flowers. If you are looking for something more generic and maybe you're starting off, we think on AliExpress and Alibaba, you'll be able to find giant flowers for as little as like $20-$30 or something. And they'll be shipped to you within like 10 days or so. You can pick out whatever options they have. They have varying colors and even DIY and change them up once they get to your house. I think that's a viable option. If you are looking to talk to a kind of artist that you know is able to do it, I would highly recommend that, so that if it's going to be in your house for 3 to 5 years, you have to make sure that it's something you actually like looking at. And yeah, I'm one of them. For example, I make giant flowers, and you can visit my email or my Etsy shop for that. I'm sure there should be plenty people wherever you're from, whatever city you're from. Oh, and we also ship worldwide. But if you are in an area where you know, you could probably submit a kind of sketch, something that interests you particularly. You can get a good quote. So have fun giant flower hunting and find something that's really pretty for your house, for your space, for your store, your event, your wedding. Yeah, this is Lavender, and goodbye. Thank you.